William Byron is one of the more polarizing drivers in the NASCAR Cup Series today. Despite only being 25 years old, William Byron is currently in his 6th full-time NASCAR Cup Series season. Within those 6 years, there's been a lot of ups and definitely a lot of downs. As we near the halfway mark into the 2023 NASCAR Cup Series season, there's been a lot of pressure on William and high expectations, where to many believe this is finally his year to break out. Will the kid who started racing on a video game meet those championships aspirations placed on him, or will he fall short once again and be labeled as someone who's just overrated? What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 3 of Overrated. The last two I did were Bubba Wallace and Chase Elliott, and today we're taking a look at William Byron. But before this video starts, I just want to point out that I might be incredibly biased in this video, as I am a really big William Byron fan. He is my favorite driver, and he has been since 2018. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to try to look at everything as objectively as possible. After a few pretty underwhelming seasons in the number 5 for Hendrick Motorsports, Kasey Kahne would get the boot and be replaced by the up-and-coming and defending Xfinity Series champion, William Byron. Even before being called up to drive the 5, which was later rebranded to the 24, fans had already started voicing their opinions on William, saying things such as he's not ready for the Cup Series and he doesn't have enough experience. To an extent, this would be proven true in a lot of ways, as upon joining the 24 team, William was just 18 years of age, and despite winning the Xfinity Series championship and having one of the most dominant seasons in recent memory in the Truck Series, William had only spent one season in each of the series, respectively. The lack of experience mixed with the fact that he was joining a team who has already been struggling for quite some time with Kasey Kahne, and now Chevrolet was switching from the Chevy SS to the Camaro, and they were kind of a mess all over as it is in 2018. It looked as William was kind of set up for failure. With all these factors coming into play, William has a less than stellar rookie season, scoring 0 wins, 0 top 5s, only 4 top 10s, and an average finish of 22nd. William Byron really struggled in his rookie year and would have finished 23rd in the points. After a pretty disappointing rookie campaign from the 24 team, they really knew that they needed to rally for the next season. And rally they did. The next 2 seasons, William Byron saw drastic improvement, especially showing in the statistics. Across the 2019 and 2020 seasons, here are some of William Byron's stats. The 24 team had managed a total of 9 top 5s, 27 top 10s, an average finish of 12.8 in both seasons combined, and they got their first win at Daytona night race right before the playoffs in 2020. Having appeared in the playoffs both seasons, William really stepped it up, but it wasn't quite at that next level yet. Just the inconsistency wasn't there, and he wasn't really inside the top 5 on a weekly basis. Like I said, he had 27 top 10s, but only 9 of those were top 5s. So William did step it up those 2 years, but he still wasn't at that next level, but it seemed like he was finally ready to take that step. Now we get to the more recent seasons. The 2021 and 2022 seasons both tell a tale of polar opposites, but they did share one thing in common. Towards the summer months, the 24 team's performance would always just seem to decline, but luckily for them, they would get right back to business before the playoffs. I don't know why William would do this, or the 24 team in general, but they'd always start off the season very hot, and then the summer came around and they would just get ice cold. In 2021, William Byron would be Mr. Consistency. While only scoring 1 win at Miami, Byron would score a whopping 12 top 5s, which is more than all the previous 3 seasons combined, and 20 top 10s. While not being the most flashiest driver out there, William Byron has a threat inside the top 10 every single week and inside the top 5, even nabbing an impressive 13-race top 10 streak to start off the season. But starting the season off with 13 top 10s would mean that throughout the summer months and playoffs, William only scored 6 top 10s. The summer slump had hit the 24 team hard, and it really wouldn't seem to get much better the following year, as William Byron started off hot with 2 wins coming at Martinsville at Atlanta, but would go on an insane summer slump, scoring only 1 top 10 in 18 races. That's right, he only finished in the top 10 one time, which was a 9th at Sonoma, in 18 races. For reference, that's over 3 months only finishing inside the top 10 once, and when you're driving for a team like Hendrick Motorsports, points, and you have the expectations like William Byron, that is absolutely absurd. Now that brings us to 2023. We're a little bit over a quarter of the way into the season, nearing the halfway mark, and William has kind of almost mirrored his 2022 season stats exactly. And he kind of has many fans turning their heads at that. Because throughout 8 races, William Byron has 2 wins, 3 top 5s, and 3 top 10s. Both wins coming back to back at Phoenix and Vegas. Now, something different from the 2022 season is William has been inside the top 5 in every single race. That team has shown amazing speed, and they've been leading the most laps out of anyone in the field, besides maybe the 5 car. Only this time will tell if things do end up blowing up in their face again, but we'll make a video about it later in the summer months. This season is really going to be big for this 24 team, and they'll be looked at very closely to see if the 24 team can finally survive those long summer months. So here's my final verdict on William Byron. No, I don't think he's overrated. Again, I could be completely biased because he's my favorite driver. A lot of fans are already in the boat of thinking that he isn't all that and that he shouldn't be presented as a top 5 driver, which he really isn't by NASCAR. So if he's not really in the boat of people saying he's the best driver in the NASCAR Cup Series, then I don't really think he's overrated. Like, if the expectations on him aren't that high, then there's nothing really to overrate him on. The hype isn't there for William as it is for other drivers, so I don't really think it's fair to call him overrated because his expectations aren't as high as someone like Chase Elliott. My opinion on this could change after the summer and playoffs come around, but for now, I believe William Byron is not overrated.